천국이야. 천국이야.
Marshmallow. I am not a big fan of girl groups. I don't dislike girl groups, but I have a hard time getting into them. There are some that I listen to and I enjoy, but I prefer boy groups. Marshmallow. Cute concepts are hit or miss for me. I'm not big on cute concepts, especially when it's just too cutesy. There are some cute songs/concepts that I really like TT and hide and seek. But as a whole, cute concepts can get repetitive or are too bubblegum for me to like. Marshmallow. There is nothing wrong with idols getting plastic surgery. Why do people hate on idols who get plastic surgery? It's not a bad thing, and if the idol wants to do it, then why shouldn't they? Especially when it's a normalized thing in Korea. It doesn't mean that they don't like how they look, and calling them fake or hating on them for it completely unnecessary. Marshmallow. BTS fans are toxic. Before anyone attacks me, I'm a BTS stan and I love them, but I wanted to bring this up. I know not all armies are bad, but unfortunately, you're one fandom, so you all get labeled together. All fandoms have some fans who are toxic, but BTS fans are the worst. Because the fandom is so large, it's more noticeable. And most of the bad armies are hypocrites. They constantly go around and promote BTS on articles or videos about other K-pop groups. But then get offended when someone else does it for their group. They tell them to promote their group somewhere else and not on something about BTS. But can't even take their own advice. Marshmallow. BTS's initial rise in popularity was from BAP's hiatus. I know I'll get hate for this, but this is an opinion I've had and have heard from other people. BAP were not called monster rookies for nothing. They accumulated tons of fans in such a short time for a group from a small company. T-shirt screwed them over though. So when they went on hiatus, BAP fans went to BTS because they had similar strong concepts. I'm 100% certain that if the lawsuit never happened, BAP would be as famous as BTS is right now. I'm not discrediting BTS or saying they wouldn't be popular if it hadn't happened. Marshmallow. Girl groups can do sexy concepts like boy groups can. A lot of girl groups who do sexy concepts get their choreography banned. Why? Because the broadcast stations say that it's too sexual. Listen Linda, if a boy group can grind on the floor while showing their abs or constantly hip thrust, then girl groups can do some sexy choreography as well. Stop slut-shaming these girls, because most of the time, it's the company that decides, and not them. Marshmallow. I hate ships. I really don't like shipping. If you're shipping people together as friends, then that's fine. But it's when people ship their idols romantically or sexually that makes me cringe. Honestly, I think people who ship their idols like that are straight people with gay fantasies. Why are you shipping these two people who, presumably, aren't gay or haven't ever interacted? It's like, oh, these two looked at each other, I ship them so hard. Or, they're wearing the same shirts, they're probably dating. Marshmallow. People who are only in one fandom are missing out. I'm not hating on anyone who's only in one fandom. But why? There are so many good groups out there. Why would you only want to be in one fandom and miss out on so many other groups? Marshmallow. Being interested in Korean culture doesn't make someone a Korea boo. There isn't anything wrong with being interested in a culture other than your own. If that was the case, what would people interested in French culture be called? Bonjour booze? No, that's ridiculous. You're only a Korea boo if you use random Korean in English sentences, or acting like you're Korean, or wanting to be Korean. That's when it goes too far. If you're doing anything I mentioned, then you're probably a Korea boo, and should stop.
And she's like afraid that when I go, that people will want to like rape me. Asians will worship you.
It's time to stop!
Marshmallow.
People need to learn the difference between underappreciated and underrated. I've seen people call GOT7, Highlight, and 17 underrated when they aren't in any way. They're all very successful and very well-known groups. They're underappreciated, but not underrated. Underrated groups are the groups like 24K, Madtown, The Legend, Speed, or My Name. They're groups that have been around for years but no one has ever really heard of. 3 of those groups are already disbanded, and The Legend and Madtown weren't making enough profit, so they had no electricity in their dorms, and Day1 from Madtown slept in his friend's office. My Name has been around since 2011 and 24K have been around since 2012. But this is probably the first time you've heard of them, unless you watched Mix 9 or The Unit. If I hear anyone else call GOT7 underrated, I'll start throwing hands.
Marshmallow.